Mr. President, are you deploying the additional troops to the region for deterrence or to optimize your operational capabilities? But we have a lot of troops. We have unlimited ammunition. We have the greatest equipment in the world, and we are decimating Iran. It's about time. With the presidential directive to bring 20,000 troops to a state of combat readiness, military units across the nation swiftly initiated the assembly of their personnel. Transport trucks converged on barracks and designated staging areas, their engines idling. Soldiers efficiently loaded their rucksacks, meticulously packed with changes of clothing, essential hygiene kits, vital first aid supplies, military rations, and personal necessities onto the waiting vehicles before climbing aboard. They had been informed that their destination was the volatile Middle East for an indeterminate duration. Simultaneously, airborne units were undergoing their own distinct pre-deployment rituals. Paratroopers had already meticulously rigged their main parachutes to their backs and secured their reserve chutes to their chests. They carried their weapons, carefully housed in soft rifle cases, either in their hands or slung over their shoulders alongside their combat packs. Forming two disciplined columns, they marched purposefully toward the massive C-17 Globemaster III aircraft that awaited them on the taxiways, their rear ramps already lowered. These elite paratroopers were slated to fly directly into the operational area, execute a combat jump, and secure ground positions long before the main contingent of conventional forces could arrive via air transport. On a separate, bustling airfield, ground crews were diligently loading a formidable array of ordnance into the bomb bays and onto the wing pylons of a B-52H Stratofortress. This heavy bomber had a critical mission: to strike deep inside Iranian territory. The weapons being prepared were truly massive. 2,000-pound Mark 84 general-purpose bombs, each nearly 13 feet in length and over 1.5 feet in diameter. Forklifts and specialized bomb loaders methodically brought the munitions to the aircraft one at a time. Each colossal bomb was expertly hoisted into the internal rotary launcher within the bomb bay, or securely mounted onto the external wing pylons. The ground crew meticulously guided each weapon into its precise position, locked the mounting hooks, connected the intricate arming wires, and ensured every component was secured in place for the arduous journey ahead. Within the crew room, the B-52 pilots and their dedicated crew were conducting thorough checks of their personal and flight equipment. They meticulously tested their oxygen masks, verified the critical regulators, and adjusted the fit for maximum comfort and security. The impending flight to their target would be exceptionally long, entailing hours in the confines of the cockpit at extreme altitudes, demanding that the oxygen system function flawlessly for the entire mission. The crew thoughtfully packed their personal bags with essentials vital for the protracted mission: ample water, sustaining snacks, detailed maps, crucial checklists, spare gloves, and any other items deemed necessary for a flight that could easily span over 12 hours. When the awaited call came, confirming the aircraft was fully ready, the crew made their purposeful walkout to the waiting B-52 and began loading their extensive gear aboard. This included several personal bags, essential personal equipment, critical flight publications, comprehensive mission planning materials, and comprehensive survival kits. Every item was carefully stowed within the designated crew compartments. The pilots ascended to the upper deck and settled into their specialized ejection seats. The B-52 then roared to life, all 8 turbofan engines spooling up one after another with a deep, resonant whine. The colossal aircraft taxied purposefully to the runway, carefully aligned itself, and commenced its takeoff roll. The heavy bomber, laden with its full bomb payload, accelerated slowly but inexorably, utilizing nearly the entire length of the runway before finally lifting off, climbing gradually but powerfully into the sky. Below the pilots, in the lower compartment of the B-52, the electronic warfare officer and navigator assumed their critical positions. These 2 highly specialized crew members would be responsible for managing the sophisticated radar, advanced navigation systems, comprehensive sensor suite, vital electronic countermeasures, and the intricate weapons systems throughout the entirety of the mission. Meanwhile, on an aircraft carrier far out at sea, Marines were making their final preparations for their own departure. Their helicopter, a formidable Sikorsky CH, 53E Super Stallion was already positioned on the flight deck, its massive rotor blades meticulously folded. These Marines were destined to link up with forward units, establishing a vital command and logistics camp near the Iranian border. They quickly gathered their gear, ascended the ladderways to the bustling flight deck, and marched toward the waiting helicopter. The Super Stallion's rotors then began to unfold with a mechanical whir, and its powerful engines roared to life. The Marines boarded through the aft ramp, secured their seats, and the CH-53 helicopter lifted off the deck, heading resolutely inland. At various Allied airfields spread across the region, Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters were also taking to the skies, ceaselessly ferrying additional personnel to crucial forward positions. The Black Hawks operated in synchronized pairs and groups, efficiently transporting soldiers from their staging bases to their assigned units positioned ever closer to the border. These flights were short, constant, and highly efficient. Land, quickly drop off troops, fly back, pick up more, and then repeat the cycle without pause. When the C-17 carrying the paratroopers finally reached its designated drop zone, the crew transmitted the crucial signal to the troop compartment. Altitude. The jumpmasters then issued their definitive commands. The paratroopers rose to their feet, hooked up their static lines, meticulously checked them, and one by one began to leap from the aircraft's open ramp. Parachutes blossomed open, forming a long, impressive trail behind the plane. Within mere minutes, the entire stick was safely on the ground, swiftly gathering their parachutes and moving purposefully toward the designated rally point. After successfully dropping the paratroopers, the C-17 continued its flight to an Allied airfield where it landed and taxied to the cargo ramp area. The massive rear ramp then slowly lowered, and a convoy of vehicles belonging to the unit's vital support elements were driven off. All the dispersed units rapidly converged on their pre-designated positions. The paratroopers who had jumped from the sky quickly linked up with the essential vehicles and supplies that had arrived by air. The Marines, transported by the CH-53s, secured their assigned sector. The soldiers ferried in by the Black Hawks were already at their posts. Heavy equipment and additional vehicles were steadily arriving on follow-on flights. Every soldier immediately began the critical process of establishing their positions, digging in, setting up vital communications networks, distributing ammunition, and beginning the construction of the tactical camp that would serve as their primary base of operations. Their armor and heavy vehicles, already en route, were expected to arrive shortly. The entire force was now fully assembled, thoroughly equipped, and poised for immediate combat operations. Nice in there. They're about to do a gun run. You need to get down. Let's go, buddy. Come on, man.